My child, imagine someone you love, someone so close to your heart, fighting a battle so fierce, so crushing, that it could break even the strongest spirit. They're battling cancer, a word that carries a weight heavier than any other, yet they're hiding it from you, the one person they hold dearest. Every smile they give you, every "I'm okay" they say, is a mask, a shield to keep you from the storm raging inside them. This isn't just a story, my dear friend. This is real. This is happening right now, to someone you see every day, someone whose love for you is deeper than you could ever imagine. I know your heart is stirring. You're wondering who this person is, why they're hiding something so big, and what it means for them, for you. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey of truth, of pain, of love, and of unshakable hope. I'm going to show you what's been happening right in front of you, hidden behind the laughter and the everyday moments you thought were ordinary. So, if you're ready, give me your heart for the next few moments, because what I'm about to share will change the way you see everything. Let's go back to a day that turned their world upside down. It wasn't loud or dramatic, not like the movies with crashing music and tearful scenes. It was quiet, too quiet, the kind of quiet that makes your stomach twist because you know something's coming. It was a morning like any other, or so it seemed. The sun was rising, the world was waking up, but inside their heart, a storm was brewing. They were alone, pacing the floor, their hands shaking, their mind racing with questions they were too afraid to ask. They whispered to the heavens, "Please, let it be nothing. Let it be something small, something I can fix." But deep down, they knew. They felt it. Something wasn't right. They were waiting for answers, not the kind you get from a friend or a quick search online. These were answers that could change everything, answers from a doctor, from a test, from a piece of paper that held their future. When that moment came, when the truth was placed in their trembling hands, it wasn't what they hoped. It wasn't a minor issue, a passing scare, or something a few pills could fix. It was cancer. A word that hit like a thunderbolt, stealing their breath, blurring their vision, making the world feel like it was slipping away. This person, this soul you cherish, learned they were facing a battle that would test every part of them, their body, their mind, their heart, their faith. Cancer wasn't just a diagnosis, it was a war, one that would demand every ounce of their strength. And here's the part that will break your heart: they didn't tell you. They didn't run to you, didn't call you, didn't let you see the tears that fell when they were alone. Instead, they made a choice born from the deepest love. They chose to protect you. Why would they hide something so big, so life-changing? Why would they carry this weight alone? Because, my friend, in that moment, when their world felt like it was crumbling, their first thought wasn't about their pain, their fear, or the cancer eating away at them. It was about you. They thought of your smile, your laughter, the way you lean on them when life gets heavy. They imagined how you'd react if you knew, how your heart would break, how your nights would be sleepless, how your world would tilt just like theirs did. And they couldn't bear it. They couldn't stand the thought of you hurting the way they were hurting. So they put on a mask. Every morning, they wake up and choose to smile, to laugh, to say, "I'm fine," even when their heart is screaming something else. Every time you ask, "How are you?" they brush it off, change the subject, keep you in the light while they walk through the darkest valley. They're fighting a war against cancer you didn't even know existed, and they're doing it for you. Because to them, your peace is worth more than their pain. Let's go deeper, my friend. Let's walk through what they've been facing since that day, since the moment the word cancer became their reality. They've been on a road you can't see, a road filled with moments that would make your heart ache if you knew. There are nights when they lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how much time they have left, wondering if they're strong enough to keep fighting. There are days when the pain feels too big, when the fear feels too loud, when giving up seems easier than pushing forward. But they don't give up. They keep going, not for themselves, but for you. They've sat in cold, sterile waiting rooms, surrounded by strangers, listening to doctors speak in words that feel like a foreign language. They've faced tests, scans, needles, machines that hum with an eerie calm. They've endured treatments that leave them weak, drained, their body aching from the fight, but still they smile when they see you. They've had moments of hope, when a test comes back better than expected, and moments of despair, when the news isn't what they prayed for. And through it all, they've kept it hidden. They've answered your calls with a steady voice, shown up for your moments, laughed at your stories, all while carrying a secret that could shatter everything. But why? Why keep it from you? Why not let you in, let you help, let you share the load? Because their love for you is bigger than their cancer. They believe that by hiding this, they're giving you a gift, the gift of not knowing, of not worrying, of not carrying the weight of their illness. They're not hiding because they don't trust you. They're hiding because they love you too much to let you feel their pain. Let's pause for a moment, because I know your heart is racing. You're wondering who this person is, what stage their cancer is at, and what it means for them, for you. I'm going to tell you, but first, I need you to hear this: their story isn't over. This battle with cancer isn't the end. They're still here, still fighting, still holding on, and they're not alone. There's a hand guiding them, a light shining in their darkness, a promise that this fight will not define their future. This person, this soul you love, is someone whose presence feels like home. They're the one who knows you better than anyone, who loves you through your highs and lows, who's been there for every moment that mattered. Their voice calms you, their hug heals you, their love feels like a safe place in a world full of storms. They're someone you can't imagine losing, someone you'd move mountains to protect, someone whose pain feels heavier than your own. But here's the truth, my friend, they're not slipping away. They're not lost. They're still here, still breathing, still fighting. And they're not fighting alone. Let's talk about the cancer they're facing, because I know you're wondering. It's not the earliest stage, where hope feels certain and the path is clear. It's not the final stage, where hope feels like a distant dream. It's somewhere in the middle, stage 2, a place where every moment is a balance between fear and faith, between giving up and holding on. Stage 2 is a battleground, where every choice matters, every prayer counts, every heartbeat is a quiet vow to keep going. They're in the thick of it, fighting with everything they have, and they're doing it in silence, for you. They've had moments you didn't see, moments that would break your heart and lift your spirit at the same time. There was a night when they sat alone, the world quiet around them, and they cried, not for themselves, but for you. They thought of the moments they might miss, the memories they want to make with you, the life they want to live by your side. They whispered a prayer, not for healing, but for the strength to keep shielding you from their pain. They asked for courage, not to face their cancer, but to keep smiling for you. They asked for time, not for their own sake, but so they could keep being there for you. There was a day when they sat in a doctor's office, listening to words like prognosis and treatment plan, their heart pounding, their hands trembling. They looked at the doctor and asked, "How long do I have?" not because they wanted to know, but because they needed to plan how to keep you from knowing, plan how to keep your world steady while theirs was shaking. And when the doctor said, "There's hope, but it's a fight," they nodded, not because they felt strong, but because they knew they had to be, for you. There was another moment, one you might recognize if you think back. It was a day when they seemed quieter than usual, when their smile didn't quite reach their eyes. You asked, "Are you okay?" and they said, "Just tired," with a quick laugh to brush it off. But what you didn't know was that they'd just come from a treatment, their body aching, their heart heavy, but their love for you stronger than ever. They looked at you, saw the concern in your eyes, and made a silent promise to keep their secret, to keep your heart safe. But here's something beautiful, my friend. In the midst of their battle, they've found moments of light. There are times when they feel a peace they can't explain, a strength that comes from somewhere beyond themselves. There are moments when they look at you, when they see your smile, hear your laugh, feel your presence, and it's enough to keep them going. You are their reason, their anchor, their hope. Even in their darkest moments, you are their light. Let's walk further into their world, because there's more to this story. There are moments of quiet bravery that would leave you in awe. There was a day when they sat alone in their car after a doctor's visit, gripping the steering wheel, trying to steady their breathing before walking into your life with a smile. They looked in the rearview mirror, saw the exhaustion in their eyes, and whispered to themselves, "For them, I'll keep going." There was a night when they wrote you a letter they'll never send, pouring out their heart, their fears, their love, just to feel close to you without breaking the silence. There was a morning when they stood in front of the mirror, their body changed by the fight, maybe a little thinner, a little weaker, but their resolve stronger than ever. They looked at themselves and said, "You can do this. Not for you, but for them." And they walked out the door, ready to face another day of pretending, of protecting, of loving you through their pain. These are the moments you didn't see, the moments that define their strength, their love, their sacrifice. But there's more to this journey, my friend. There are moments they've had that you'll never fully understand, but they're part of what makes their fight so profound. There was a day when they sat in a hospital waiting room, surrounded by others fighting their own battles, and they felt a strange sense of connection, not just to those strangers, but to something bigger. They felt a whisper of hope, a reminder that they're not alone, that their fight is part of a larger story. There was a night when they looked at old photos, pictures of you together, of moments filled with laughter and love, and they smiled through their tears. Those memories gave them strength, reminded them why they're fighting, why they're hiding, why they're choosing to protect you. There was a morning when they woke up feeling weaker than ever, but they thought of you, and that thought alone was enough to get them out of bed, to face another day, to keep going. These moments, these quiet acts of courage, are what make their love for you so extraordinary. They're not just fighting cancer, they're fighting for you, for your peace, for your happiness. And that's a love that nothing, not even cancer, can take away. Let's go deeper still, because this story is about more than pain, it's about purpose. Their battle with cancer is teaching them things they couldn't learn any other way. It's teaching them about resilience, about the kind of strength that comes from facing the impossible and choosing to keep going. It's teaching them about faith, about trusting in something bigger than themselves, even when the road feels dark. It's teaching them about love, about the kind of love that sacrifices, that protects, that endures through the hardest moments. And it's teaching you something too, my friend. It's teaching you about the depth of connection, the power of presence, the strength that comes from walking through the fire together. Because this isn't just their story, it's yours too. You're part of this journey, even if you're just now learning about it. And I know this truth feels heavy, like a storm you didn't see coming. It feels like a wave threatening to pull you under. But hear this, you are stronger than you know. You are braver than you feel. And you are not alone. There's a moment I want you to picture, a moment that's coming. It's a day when you and this person will sit together, not in silence, but in truth. You'll look into their eyes, and you'll see not just their pain, but their strength. You'll hold their hand, and you'll feel not just their struggle, but their love. And in that moment, you'll realize that this battle with cancer, this secret, this weight, it's not what defines them. What defines them is their heart, their courage, their love for you. And what defines you is your ability to love them back, to stand with them, to believe in the future that's being written for you both. But let's talk about the days they faced, the ones you didn't see. There was a day when they sat in a quiet corner of a hospital, waiting for a test result, their heart pounding so loud they thought everyone could hear it. They closed their eyes and pictured your face, your smile, the moments you've shared. That image gave them the strength to take the next step, to face the next test, to keep fighting. There was a night when they lay in bed, the pain keeping them awake, and they thought of all the things they still want to do with you, simple things, like sharing a meal, laughing over a memory, or just sitting together in silence. Those thoughts were their lifeline, their reason to keep going. There was another moment, one that might seem small but meant everything to them. It was a day when you called them, just to talk, just to share a moment. You didn't know it, but they were sitting in a hospital chair, waiting for a treatment, their body tired but their heart full because of you. Your voice, your laughter, your presence, it was a reminder of why they're fighting, why they're hiding, why they're choosing to protect you. They hung up the phone, smiled, and whispered to themselves, "This is worth it." And there's a bigger story being written here, my friend, a story that goes beyond their cancer, beyond their silence. It's a story of divine love, of a hand that never lets go, of a promise that never fades. The one who created the stars, who calms the storms, who breathes life into every moment, is with them. Every step they take, every tear they shed, every prayer they whisper, it's seen, it's heard, it's held. And that same hand is holding you, guiding you, preparing you for the moment when the truth comes to light. Because that moment is coming, my friend. The day when the mask falls, when the silence breaks, when the weight they've been carrying is shared. And when that day comes, it won't destroy you. It won't break you. It will make you stronger. It will show you the depth of their love, the strength of their spirit, the power of the hope that's carried them this far. It will be a moment of truth, yes, but also a moment of healing, of connection, of love that grows even deeper. So what can you do now, knowing this? How can you help someone who's been fighting cancer in silence? The answer is simple, yet profound: love them. Love them with every piece of your heart, the way they've been loving you. Be there, not with demands or questions, but with presence. Listen, not just to their words, but to the silence between them. See them, not just the smile they show, but the soul behind it. And trust that the one who's been carrying them is carrying you too. Because here's the promise: their story doesn't end in loss. It doesn't end in despair. It ends in healing, in hope, in a future brighter than you can see right now. The person you love, the one who's been fighting cancer in silence, is being held. They're being lifted. They're being guided to a place of restoration, where pain becomes peace, where fear becomes faith, where tears become joy. And you, my friend, are part of that journey. You're not just a bystander, you're a piece of their strength, a reason they keep fighting, a light in their darkness. Picture a day that's coming, a day when the weight they've been carrying will lift. It's a day when the truth they've been hiding will come into the light, not to break you, but to bring you closer. It's a day when the battle with cancer will turn into a testimony, a story of survival, of strength, of love that never gave up. That day is coming, my friend, and it's closer than you think. Until then, hold on to this: you are not alone. They are not alone. The pain, the fear, the uncertainty, it's real, but it's not the final word. The final word is hope. The final word is love. The final word is a promise that says, "I'm not done with you yet." So keep loving them. Keep praying for them. Keep believing in them. Because the one who holds their future holds yours too, and together, you're going to see this through. Let's talk about the days ahead, because they're coming, and they're filled with hope. There will be moments when the road feels hard, when the questions feel bigger than the answers, when the fear feels louder than the faith. But those moments don't get to write the ending. They don't get to define the story. The story is being written by hands that never fail, by a heart that never stops loving, by a power that never runs out. And in that story, there's a chapter of victory waiting to be lived. This person, this soul you love, is stronger than they know. They're braver than they feel. And they're loved more than they could ever imagine, not just by you, but by the one who's been with them through every hidden tear, every silent prayer, every moment of doubt. So trust that. Trust them. Trust the journey. And trust that the day is coming when you'll look back on this moment, this pain, this secret, and see it for what it really is, a stepping stone to something beautiful. Life has a way of throwing storms at us, doesn't it? One moment everything feels steady, and the next, the ground is shaking, the skies are dark, and you're left wondering how you'll make it through. But here's what I want you to hold on to: the storms don't get the last word. The pain doesn't get to decide the future. The fear doesn't get to call the shots. There's a hand guiding you, a voice whispering to you, a promise holding you, even when you can't feel it. This person you love, this soul who's been fighting cancer in silence, is proof of that. They've been walking through a storm you didn't even see, and they're still standing. They're still smiling. They're still loving you with every piece of their heart. And that's not just strength, that's a miracle. That's a sign that something bigger is at work, something stronger than cancer, something brighter than the darkness. So here's what I want you to do, my friend. Keep showing up. Keep loving them. Keep being the reason they smile, even when they're hiding their tears. And when the day comes, when the truth comes out, when the battle comes to light, don't be afraid. Don't let it break you. Let it make you stronger. Let it remind you of the love that's carried you both this far, and the love that will carry you both forward. Because this story, their story, your story, it's not over. It's just beginning. And the chapters ahead are filled with hope, with healing, with moments you can't even imagine yet. So hold on. Keep believing. Keep loving. And trust that the one who's been with them through every hidden moment is with you too, writing a story that's far from finished. There's a day coming when you'll see the light break through, when the weight will lift, when the love you share will shine brighter than ever. And when that day comes, you'll know that every tear, every prayer, every moment of this journey was worth it, because it led you to a place of healing, of hope, of love that nothing, not even cancer, can take away. Let's hold on to one more moment, one more truth. There's a day coming when you'll look back on this time and see how it shaped you, how it strengthened you, how it deepened the love between you and this person. You'll see the moments you didn't understand, the quiet glances, the hurried smiles, the times they seemed distant, and you'll realize they were carrying a weight you couldn't see. But you'll also see the moments of light, the moments when their love shone through, when their strength inspired you, when their faith reminded you of what's possible. And on that day, you'll know that this battle, this secret, this journey, it wasn't just about cancer. It was about love. It was about faith. It was about the kind of strength that comes from facing the impossible and choosing to keep going. It was about the promise that no matter how dark the night, the dawn is coming. And when it does, it will bring with it a healing, a hope, a love that's stronger than anything you've ever known. So, my friend, keep walking this road. Keep loving this person. Keep holding on to the promise that's being written in their life, and in yours. Because the one who started this story is still writing it, and it's a story of victory, of redemption, of love that never fades. You're going to make it through this, together. And when you do, you'll see that every moment, every tear, every prayer was leading you to a place where love wins, where hope endures, where miracles happen.